Hello, everybody. How y'all doing today? Happy Hump Day Wednesday. I hope you're having a wonderful day. I hope you had an amazing work day. I pray that everything was prosperous for you today. That's what I pray for you. I pray for all of us. Yes. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Welcome to my live. I am Queen Lillie, and we're going to be talking about Donald Trump. This is life under Trump. Everything you need to know that's going on lately. And I want to send out prayers to all the family in Minnesota that have been affected by the powwowing today. So I want to put in a big condolences to those families in Minnesota. And we know Tim Walz is going to do the best he can do, the mayor there. He's going to do the best that he can do. We're going to listen to him say something in just a little bit. Hello, beautiful kings and queen. Hello, King Allen. Hello, King LaSwan. Hello, 93S94. If you're a king, hello, king. Hello, Queen Janet. How you doing, beautiful queen? How are y'all doing? Yeah, life under dictator. That's what I'm going to start saying, Allen. Life under dictator instead of life under Trump. Yes. And he is proud to say now that he think we need a dictator. Where they do that at? Where? Not here in America. We ain't having that. No, we're not doing that. That's not who we are. Hit the like button as you guys are coming in. Hit that like button right now. Likes are free. In support of me, please hit the like button. It keeps me in the algorithm. It really helps YouTube promotes my video because it helps push it out there. It's just that simple. So I need y'all likes. I love you. Love me back. Love me, say that you love me. But for real, I need y'all likes. If you'd like to become a member, I have two different memberships. I have the Rubies membership for $4.99 and the Diamonds membership for $9.99. The thing is with the memberships, you're going to get things that the regular subscribers do not get. You get it first, baby. Don't you want to be like Ray J? I hit it first. Well, you get it first, baby. Hit that like button. Also, if you want to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats and super stickers. And in my Venmo is in my description. So if you want to support me in that way, if you have Venmo, send me something through Venmo. Bless me. Let me know I'm doing an amazing job and you love me like I love you because we go together real bad. You know that. And in my description is my PayPal link. You can support me and send me something through the PayPal link. Love me. Hello, Queen Miss Bugs. How you doing, beautiful lady? How you doing? Hello, Queen Aloha Kitty. Hello, beautiful one. Hello. Yes. We're going to be getting started in just a moment. It's just so much going on. Oh, Virginia Jeffries, she has written a book. Yes, she's not alive with us, but she wrote the book before she was unalive. So we're going to hear something about that. Yes. And Donald Trump is so him and Ghislaine Maxwell's lie that they're putting out there that he's a decent guy. He just may not be that. MAGA maggots. Your leader, your savior, just may not be that because Ghislaine Maxwell's book is coming out. She has a lot to say. Yes. She wrote it and was going to put it out before she paid, but she didn't get the chance to put it out. But her family, her loved ones, put it out. The loved ones that were disappointed that they was out here interviewing Ghislaine Maxwell, Ghislaine or whatever you want to call her, but did not interview and speak with the victims. That tell you where Trump's head is. It's all about Trump. It ain't even about Ghislaine Maxwell. Trump is about protecting himself. That's what he is about. We're going to get started in just a moment. I'm cleaning my screen, okay? Got fingerprints all over. Y'all don't want to look at fingerprints, honey. I know you don't. Let me take a sip of water. We're going to get this party started right now. Yeah, we're going to get it started. We ain't got time for PUSSY popping up in here. We're going to be doing cartwheels and all kind of things. Busting and splitting all for y'all. We're going to get it started up in here, okay? Hello, as you guys are coming in, please hit the like button and cheers to you on an amazing hump day. I am working on my fall issue of Queen magazine, and it's so much work that I'm doing by myself. And I want to tell each and every last one of y'all, thank y'all for having patience with me while I'm working on my fall issue. It comes out next week. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. So if you would like to support me and purchase one, you can. The link is coming soon, and they mail it straight to you from the printing company. So we're going to be getting started up here. So first, we're going to start off with some Susan Collins met with booze at a protest, disrupted ceremony. Yes, Susan Collins, a Republican representative. Y'all, when I tell you the MAGA Republican representatives are catching HELL, because let me tell you something. Right now, the red states are becoming blue states. And the special elections, I think in another state, more than probably one, the special elections have allowed the red states are becoming blue states, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. You play with people's finances and you start messing with their money where they can't afford things. Let me tell you something I know about my beautiful white people. They are going to stop you, Republican representatives, from messing with their food, their well survivor. When they did the DEI layoffs, they laid off more white women than black women. They laid off some of us too, and some of the Hispanic women, but it hurt them just as much as it hurted everybody else. So when Donald Trump doing these stunts, thinking he is going to hinder black educated women, he hurt the white women too. Because DEI benefits white women just as much as it benefits black people. He hurt them too. They're pissed like anybody else, and they got every right. And what did I tell y'all? Black and brown people, we can sit back. We ain't got to do nothing to Donald Trump. They think that black people going to retaliate on him. We don't like you, Donnie, but we're going to let your people take you down. Because what they have been doing, they taking you down with their vote. So this week, Donnie, you fucked up. This week, Donald Trump, Iowa is now a blue state. And a couple others became a blue state. Yes. Yes, God. Yes, God. A blue state. Because the mega Republicans, when they were signing that bill, they did not think about the American people and what harm they were doing to us. We vote you in there. You didn't vote yourself in there. No, you didn't get all rigged up in there unless Donnie helped you get in there. We don't know yet. Because Donnie admitted that he was rigged into that office. So, we can't say just yet. But for us voting, the American people voted you in there, MAGA Republicans, and you spit in their face and tell them they're nothing when you signed that stupid bill and you voted against DEI, etc., etc., etc. You effed up the preacher's money. Listen to this. This makes me happy. They booing her. They saying shame. Thank you, beautiful Michael. Thank you, King Michael. I'm going to read in just a moment, baby. She want to be celebrated while we're suffering. No.
I have a suggestion. Would you listen to the suggestion? Vote for Could you listen?
The Republicans are pissed. I understand. My finances are affected. My business is affected.
I would like the town of Searsport, which has worked so hard with state, local, and with me to bring today about, to be able to celebrate. What about Gaza? Could you just wait? Why? Why should we wait? Why should we wait? Why? You are the president.
I understand them, y'all. It doesn't matter if you're a Republican or a Democrat. If you got a heart and you know what's going on in this country, you are affected too. It doesn't matter if you're Republican or Democrat. I'm not going to pretend. It hurts my business too. I'm a small business. It hurts me too. I completely get it. I'm not going to come on here and pretend. I'm very honest with y'all. I understand they hurt. I'm hurting. I get it. The American people are hurting. And now that it's close to election time for midterms, they want to get your attention. Remember, they stopped doing the town hall meetings, remember? Now you want to start back? Why? Because you need that vote. But you didn't think about the American people, yo, Republicans that voted you in there. You didn't even take them in consideration when you signed off to all these bills. Now you want to have a town hall meeting when y'all rejected them previously? Susan Collins, girl, you're very educated. Now she is educated, highly educated. You know better. You're not low IQ, baby. You're not Donald Trump. You high IQ. You know better. She knows better, y'all. This lady knows better. I would have never signed on to that. If me, a Republican, because at one time, blacks were Republicans. And then they became Democrat. So if I was a Republican, like a lot of my ancestors and people up, you know what I'm saying, I would not have voted for this bill. I would not have. And Susan Collins knew better. And she did not take her voters in consideration. So now she must suffer. It is what it is. It is what it is. So I'm going to let y'all listen to Donald Trump right quick. I look at it, that trash box is up to scheming again. I think I let y'all see this yesterday, but this is a different point of view of it. He's scheming again because he's looking at a way to try to stay in that office, even if he does not win. But he can't run again. For as the Constitution states, Donald Trump cannot run again in 2028. But the Republicans are trying to flim-flam us. That's an old word, y'all. I'm 51. That's something they were saying before I was born. They are trying to make us think that he's going to run for office, but he plans on staying in there without even voting. He's trying to remove us from voting, y'all. Take a listen to this, please.
You say during the war you can't have elections. So let me just say 3.5 years from now. So you mean if we happen to be in a war with somebody? No
One moment,
elections.
I'm going to read your thing in a moment.
I wonder what the thing they said here.
If the president orders martial law or declares martial law, then they can stay in office as a president. Potentially, there could be a play to extend the second term into a third term by creating these brash, hardcore, dramatic abductions that are creating civil unrest that eventually will create a potential civil war, which will lead to the need to declare martial law. And once martial law is declared due to an executive order, he can actually stay in as president an extended term. And then after that, he can have a private cabinet vote to keep him in 1 year at a time, bypassing any real, true voting system.
So you say during?
We can't accept that, y'all. We don't have to. I'm trying to find that super chat. Hold on. I apologize. This is from King Michael. Thank you, King Michael McKinney. Thank you for blessing me with the $10 super chat. He said, speaking truth, thanks. Thank you as well, baby. Thank you. I appreciate you. I love all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much, King Michael. Y'all, we can't accept this. We don't have to accept that. We are Americans. We don't have to just settle what has been given to us. And from what he has stated from his own paper-thin lips, that the election was rigged in his favor. So therefore, we didn't actually vote this man in office. He stated that Elon knows those voting machines very well. Did he not say it, MAGA? I played it on here several times. So just don't tell me I'm lying, because y'all love to say I'm lying. Even if I show y'all the words flowing from Mr. Trump's mouth, you still say I'm lying. I guess he just didn't say those words just now. He's trying to find a way. He's scheming. That's what a con man does. You don't have to accept abuse, MAGA. Stop being programmed. He is like a Jim Jones. I gave you an example of it yesterday. You don't have to drink the Kool-Aid, baby. You don't have to. You don't have to. Step into your greatness and let him know you're no fool. He's playing you. You're no fool, MAGA. Wake up. So I'm going to let y'all listen to something about the Epstein situation, details coming out, because Virginia Jeffries, she's going to be having her book released. I think it's this September it's going to come out. I could be wrong, but I'm going to let you take a listen, okay? Just a moment, please. Hello, how y'all doing? All of you just coming in, hello. Hold on, let me tap the screen.
Before she passed away, about the abuse that she suffered at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein. 2 weeks before she passed away, she emailed the co-author of this book with her heartfelt wish of what to do with this book in case something happened to her. The email reads, "In the event of my passing, I would like to ensure that Nobody's Girl is still released. I believe that it has the potential to impact many lives and foster necessary discussions about these grave injustices." The context of this book is crucial as it aims to shed light on systematic failures that allow the trafficking of vulnerable individuals across borders. It is imperative that the truth is understood and the issues surrounding this topic are addressed, both for the sake of justice and awareness. Virginia Giuffre's book is titled Nobody's Girl, and it's a 400-page manuscript that she helped write with the co-author of this book. Virginia Giuffre's co-author of this book just said in a statement that this book will contain intimate, disturbing, and heartbreaking new details about Virginia's time with Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and a lot of their wealthy friends. The co-author of this book refused to give out the names that Virginia Giuffre is going to name in this book about being associates of Jeffrey Epstein and the horrors that she went through. She did say all of the claims that Virginia puts in this book were legally and factually vetted. She said that Nobody's Girl is a raw and shocking journey of a strong-spirited woman that was struggling to break free. Virginia Giuffre's 400-page memoir, Nobody's Girl, about the abuse that she suffered at the hands of Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell, and a lot of other powerful people in their orbit, is slated to come out October 21st. And this is one book that I will definitely be buying and I will definitely be reading.
I'm going to buy it.
That Virginia Giuffre
and I will read it on here.
To the co-author of this book 2 weeks before she passed away, talking about what to do with this book when she passed away, had chills up and down my spine. And to me, it's absolutely crazy that we have all of this madness right now with Jeffrey Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell going on, and Virginia wanted this book to come out if anything happened to her, and now it's coming out when all of this is being brought back up again. Honestly, in my opinion, I don't think there's any better time for this book to come out than right now, because we are seeing so much BS surrounding Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, even what she said in that interview, come out lately, that we actually need to hear the truth, because none of us are stupid when it comes to this information. I don't know, I just have this feeling that this book might contain some big bombshell names that we have been waiting to hear. Because to me, I think it's crazy. Either one, Virginia knew something was about to happen to her, or two, she was saving this book until when something actually happened to her, and then she wanted it to be released. Either way, I have chills from all of this. But y'all let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments.
Be sure to subscribe to, hold on, let me pause this for a moment. One moment, please. Subscribe to Kalisha on YouTube. Everything I show you is fair use, Great for educational purposes and great for research purposes and great entertainment. But for us, it is great research. We're doing what? We're doing research. So I'm going to let y'all listen to this a moment. And we may not listen to this entire video, but just take a listen, please. Thank you.
Offer of Miss Maxwell. It is 2:16 on Thursday, July 24th. The recording device is now on.
So when we stopped to take a break, we were talking about what has been publicly discussed as a black book or the Epstein list, and that's where we are. So you said you think you might know, or that you're aware of kind of the origin of this narrative.
No, I just want to reiterate again, there is no list that I am aware of. I've never at any time, at least during the period of time when I was present.
Okay.
She will say anything to get pardon, you all.
The origin of this story, I believe, begins, or it has a beginning in 2009, and then it has a prequel, but we have to start in 2009. In 2009, there is Epstein is, I think, out of jail, and there are civil suits taking place. Many of these are coming out of a disgraced law firm, Rothstein, Rosenfeld and Adler.
She's boring. When she talks, she's boring.
Is a lawyer who started there in April, May of 2009, called Brad Edwards. In 2009, allegedly, the FBI gets a call in October of 2009 from Brad Edwards, who he allegedly tells them that he has come across a piece of evidence that belongs to Epstein that contains a list of all of his clients.
Listen carefully.
And victims, underage girls, massage therapists, and his and the men who are having sex with them. And Brad Edwards becomes a cooperating witness, confidential informant for them. And in a sting operation, obtains the list from a
But she just said it's not a list early on.
Alfredo Rodriguez. And it becomes evidence in the civil suit. In the Alfredo Rodriguez is subsequently prosecuted for having an AK-47 or something weird, some guns or something, and goes to trial, and there's a criminal complaint that the FBI produce, and in that criminal complaint it says that Brad Edwards became aware of the list, but we'll call it the list for the purposes of this, after Alfredo Rodriguez's 2 depositions that are held in Epstein's civil suit. It's in the FBI's affidavit that the evidence was collected. Brad Edwards became aware of it after the 2nd deposition. It's in the criminal complaint. the truth is different from what's in both the criminal complaint and in that FBI affidavit, and in Brad Edwards' own statements on the subject. The truth is that Alfredo Rodriguez was deposed twice, once in July and once in August. And in the July deposition, told Brad Edwards that he had handwritten notes or a journal or whatever in the deposition. And Brad Edwards replies, well, we're going to come back for a second deposition. And the second deposition takes place in August. What this means is that Brad Edwards had access to the list from sometime between July and August until when he actually called the FBI in October. So we're talking 6 months or so.
Okay, y'all. I will fall asleep listening to her. I don't see how this is going to be me what I'm about to say. I understand why Epstein wasn't into her. It's sad that he was into young girls. And to keep a man, she would go out and find young girls and take them to him. That's a sick individual. She's sick in the mind. Girl, you boring. Jaslyn, Lena, whatever your name. Girl, you boring. There's nothing exciting about you. You're not bad on the eyes. But girl, if you talk like that, if I was a man, I would be bored. Go away. Get away from me with that. No. You know, men like a little excitement. You know? But I heard she was a great conversation when it comes to educational stuff and politics and stuff. But girl, a man, I want to talk to somebody talking like that. No. I couldn't take it no more, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't do it. I can't do it. We're going to move along, okay? Whew. Well, at least we found out that it's supposed to be an attorney that had the list. But early on the video, you heard her say there's no list. But then now she's saying it was a list. The girl is a compulsive liar. She became a felon because she lied so much also during the trial. She's a liar. And I couldn't take her voice anymore. I'm sorry. I just couldn't, y'all. It was draining the life out of me. For the life of Jesus Christ. No, girl. She has no personality. You can be smart, but you got to have some personality. And I think that's why I don't agree with how he treated her. He talked down to her. Spoke to her very poorly. And I don't agree with how he treated Jaslyn. Because it was stated that he mistreated her. Now that part I don't agree with. But girl, you was boring. Whew. Okay, let's take a listen to this,
Clear
everybody.
Signs that Donald Trump is not only losing grip with reality, but that the right knows it, is that they're starting to go off and attack him. And this is a subtle jab, but here is Fox News kind of saying that the thing Ghislaine Maxwell did, which is trying to clear Trump, doesn't really pass the smell test.
It doesn't.
Does she have any incentive to be completely forthcoming? Or is there incentive for her, perhaps in seeking a pardon, to not share the truth? What do you make of her credibility?
And that's the question people are going to have. She's a convicted felon. And so how much do you rely on the testimony that she's providing? I mean, that's one of the number one questions that her critics are going to have. How much does the DOJ or any entity that is a law enforcement entity rely on the testimony of somebody who's a convicted felon? So like I said, that last little tidbit that's been unearthed where she says, I never saw any bad behavior with any of these men. Now, maybe she said something to the effect, I might have a different interpretation of that if somebody's getting handsy, that kind of thing. But I didn't see anything with any inappropriate people, male or female. I just didn't see it. So that then starts to flag for a lot of people a credibility issue, because we are told from victims all over the place, I mean, dozens of them, that there were years of this stuff and that she was, by their allegation, implicit and aware of what was going on.
Yeah, so they're like driving in the knife there. They are shanking the President of the United States with the one person he thinks is going to be able to clear him from what we know is all true, that Donald Trump is implicated and that Donald Trump most likely engaged in some unlawful activity with Epstein. And the fact that Ghislaine Maxwell is being attacked by Fox News says to me that Fox realizes that there's a life after Trump, and it may be coming sooner than we could imagine, because look at this man. He is just clearly not doing well. He's not doing well. I don't wish ill on anyone, but one of the clear signs that Donald Trump is not only losing grip with reality, but that the right knows it, is that they're starting to go off and attack him. And this is a subtle jab, but here is Fox News.
Let me tell you something. Fox News be all in Donald Trump's dirty diaper. If Fox News is no longer sniffing your diaper, Donnie, that is bad, because you control them. That let the American people know you are losing grip of the mega Republicans. And that has to be scary for Donald Trump, you guys. It's scary for him, and he knows it, because Fox News never speak against their leader, their savior. No, it would be blasphemy if they did. Well, right now, they're speaking against Donald Trump. That's a good sign for us. Yeah, a good sign for us. So we had some tragic to happen today. The Minnesota mayor, afraid he's going to speak, and he says, and don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. They were in a church. Hold on, let you take a listen, okay? They have our condolences. Everybody in Minnesota have our condolences.
Minneapolis families. These were American families. And the amount of pain that they are suffering right now is extraordinary. And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends.
It always be mega Republicans that do this stuff.
They should be able to go to school or church in peace without the fear or risk of violence, and their parents should have the same kind of assurance. These are the sort of basic assurances that every family should have, every step of the day, regardless of where they are in our country. These were Minneapolis families. These were American families. And the amount of pain that they are suffering right now is extraordinary. And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends. They should be playing on the playground. They should be able to go to school or church in peace without the fear or risk of violence, and their parents should have the same kind of assurance. These are the sort of basic assurances that every family should have, every step of the day, regardless of where they are in our country. These were Minneapolis families. These were American families. And the amount of pain that they are suffering right now is extraordinary. And don't just say this is about thoughts and prayers right now. These kids were literally praying. It was the first week of school. They were in a church. These are kids that should be learning with their friends. They should be playing on the playground. They should be able to go to school or church in peace without the fear or risk of violence, and their parents should have the same kind of assurance. These are the sort of basic assurances that every family should have, every step of the day, regardless of where they are in our country. These were Minneapolis families.
This is sad, y'all. And they would not do anything for GUN control, for pow control. We need it, y'all. Yes, we need to protect ourselves. And if you legally get you a pow, that is fine. But when they illegally get them and they go out and harm people, especially God's babies, no. It don't have to be my babies, and I understand. To be honest, somebody else's kids are all of our babies, because we're supposed to protect everybody's children. It don't matter what color, race they are. You're supposed to protect, even if it's not your child. It's our responsibility as Americans to love on each other. If anybody harm children, they need to be punished to the fullest extent. I don't care who it is. It could be black, Hispanic, white, whatever. If you harm children, you need to be punished to the fullest extent. Why go to, that's what they did in Charleston, South Carolina. The guy went into the black church, pop out 9 people. And to me, in my opinion, the cops celebrated him, took him to McDonald's. Not McDonald's, Burger King, if I'm not mistaken. Now, what you gonna do with this person? Celebrate him too? It just keep happening, y'all. These are children. They cannot defend themselves. We are to protect them. I don't care whose child it is. If I see someone's harming a child, I will stand up for that child. I don't care. I'm gonna be honest, like I was a couple times I've been at the grocery store. I don't care if it's an old white lady. This guy that's my race was bothering her, nagging her for money. And I understand he's homeless, because I even have gone back in the grocery store and brought a homeless person food and gave it to him. But the old lady, she can't defend herself. She's an old white lady. I'm black, but I don't care. I could have got harmed, but I'm going to stand up for what's right. Stand up for children. And I'm going to tell y'all this. And I don't care who this offends. This person probably was a MAGA person that did it. I don't know why, but they like to go out and harm people at churches and schools. It's getting bad. And yes, I say pray, but it's got to be more we got to do as Americans to love on each other. Because children, they defenseless. What can they do? You can even put your kids in self-defense classes, but a bigger man just gonna hurt them. It's sad. They got to get control of the pow situation. I know MAGA don't want GUN control, but think about these babies. They are defenseless. Think about if it was your baby. Anybody's child is our babies, because we're supposed to protect children. And my daddy always taught me, you protect the children and the elderly. We are letting down the children of our future. We got to fight for them, y'all. It has to be done. Something needs to be done. I'm going to move on because this makes me sad. So this is from Dr. Jack Brown. He said Trump actually thinks it's good PR for a convicted rapist and a child trafficker to vouch for his character from prison. In a testimonial acquired under extortion from his own criminal defense attorney. This is what Dr. Jack Brown says, and I get what he's saying. You expect the American people to believe a felon, Ghislaine Maxwell, who ex-trafficked children and SA children. We're not doing it. Even your own MAGA Republicans are not doing it, Donnie. You need to come better than this. But you have no defense. Your word is not good enough because the American people know the things you have said out of your own mouth, Donald Trump. What you would do and things you have done. And what you thought about looking at little young teen girls. We heard the words come out of your mouth. You on the interview with Howard Stern. We heard you, Donnie. Clearly, we heard you. It's not doubtful. So we're going to take a listen. And also I want to say, be sure to subscribe to Midas Touch Network on YouTube and Instagram. And Forbes, subscribe to them on YouTube. And Keith Edwards on YouTube and Instagram. And all of these people are on TikTok as well. So don't miss out on them. You'll be missing greatness if you do. So we're going to take a listen to Queen Christina Talks. I love this beautiful woman. I watch her daily. She cheers me up. I can have a bad day, and if I go listen to her, yeah, I'm serious. She makes me happy. I love this woman.
Well, it's Wednesday. There's all kind of bad news, but I just want to talk about some good news for a minute. We're winning on a very localized level. But that's where it counts, you see. Elections were held yesterday all across the US of A. Yes, they were. People were going out to elect new mayors, new city council members, new school board members, all sorts of things. And we're flipping seats in deep red states. Yes, indeed. Just in my state alone, we made history yesterday. Yes, baby, we made history, and we're going to make it again in September, friend. In my city, we have to have a runoff in Mobile in September because the race was so very tight. But currently in the lead is a black woman, baby. And in other cities in my state, for the first time ever, they made history, honey. Yes, there's a few cities that for the first time ever elected a woman for mayor, and a black woman at that. We're coming for you. While y'all are worried about taking over the country, fascism style. We're coming for you. Because it didn't just happen in Alabama, honey. Oh no, red states all over the place got flipped yesterday. Democratic mayors are now holding seats in some of the reddest places in America. It starts at home. Everybody's always worried about the big contest every 4 years. It starts at home.
She's right.
It starts with your local community. It matters who you elect to sit on your city council. It matters who you elect to head up your school boards. I don't care how small your town is, dear. Your mayor matters. And we're flipping seats. We are making history. And some of the reddest places in this land, honey. Because people understand it's time to take control away from the misfits up there on Capitol Hill and that fucking orange man. Elections matter. Every election matters. The ones at home matter more than you know. If you elect the wrong mayor to your city, and that orange man calls and says, I want to deploy the National Guard there, get ready. Boots on the ground, baby. They're going to be there. Because when it comes to Republican, honey, or Republican, one thing they can't seem to do these days is stand up to that fool up there who is ripping up and rutting through our Constitution. So, take some solace in today, knowing that we're doing what needs to be done. In a whole lot of red states, the reason Republicans are elected over and over again is because they don't have any opponents running against them. That's a huge problem. We have too many incumbents because they don't have opponents. So we need more people out there willing to do the job, to run for a seat. Step up to the plate. Don't whine and bitch and complain. Do something about it. You live in a place where they just seem to keep electing Republicans over and over again, and you get there to the ballot, and there's not even a choice for you. It's Republican or Republican. Boo. Yep. Well, that should give you a fucking clue that maybe, just maybe you should get out there and run for a seat. You're more qualified than you know. I mean, just look at the red hat hoes. You got people like the love child of Hulk Hogan and Ric Flair, maybe, who had to admit to you and me that she didn't even fucking read the big, beautiful, belligerent bill before she
Marjorie
said,
Taylor Greene, she just signed it, didn't even read it.
At least we not forget here in my state, Tommy Tuberville, the dull, leadless pencil he's currently running for governor, honey. That is not okay. Alabama needs to come out in fucking force, baby, and get rid of Tommy wanting to represent my state. He don't even live here. Oh dear. And he's as dull as they can be. Look at whoring Lauren Slowbut Bobert, the little girl who does cheap thrills for Happy Meals on a matinee deal. Barely even has a high school education. Hell, I don't even think she has a high school education, baby.
She doesn't.
She's got a rap sheet longer than mine, and I've had a colorful past.
She had to go to a whole nother district to try to win. That's the only reason how she got her seat.
So if they can do it, you can do it.
She doesn't even have a G. I don't think she graduated. No, she didn't. And she didn't go to college.
I get encouraged to do it all the time. But the truth is, dear, I have PTSD. And if I'm going to represent a people, I want to be at full capacity 24/7, 365. But with PTSD, I cannot control which days I am not competent, dear. So that's why I'm not running. I joke about it all the time. But that would be a disservice to the people.
She's honest.
So that's why I don't do it. But who knows, baby? Who knows?
I'd rather have PTSD than Donald Trump.
One day I might be the governor of this state. Who knows? Lord knows it can't be Tommy Tuberfield, honey. Anyway, so there's your good news for the day. We're making her story all over this place. And I'm going to be back here in a minute with some wacky news for you. I've dug up a few good stories. Yes, I have. A few good stories indeed. I got to get in here expeditiously, though, because I'm making soup today. Potato leek soup. Potato leek soup.
Be sure to subscribe to Christina Talks T. It is CHRISTINATALKST. Christina Talks T. You gonna love her. I watch her even when I get off my live because she warms me. I love this woman. I don't even know her, but I love her. So be sure to go to her Instagram, okay? TikTok, YouTube, all of it. Let me see what y'all saying. Oh, yeah, please hit the like button, everybody, please. James Bush said much better. Yes, one nation under God. That's what we are. We're one nation under God. So we're going to move along to some more Donald Trump. Y'all favorite person, MAGA. Okay. So give me a moment. I'm going to read it to you. Then I'm going to show you, okay? Well, I'm going to show you, then I'm going to read it to you. And this is not even close to the worst things that he has done. Let me show you. Then I'm going to read it to you. Not that you can read it, but I at least want to show you. So if you go back and watch the live, you can do the mirror thing on your phone. When you hit the mirror thing on your iPhone, it'll flip it over. So it said, Ivana Trump died in 2022. A fall down the stairs. Donald Trump didn't bury her in a cemetery. He buried her at his golf course, right by hole number 1 in Bedminster, New Jersey. Just a plain stone with her name. No flowers, no fence, no visitors. But it wasn't just grief. It was strategy. New Jersey law gives huge tax breaks if land is used for a cemetery. No property tax, no income tax, no sale tax. If you bury one person and it is sacred ground, you can shield the whole estate. Trump quietly registered land as a nonprofit cemetery company. Ivana's grave sits just 100 feet from the clubhouse. And that one grave may have saved him millions. Now, let me tell you what's so awful about that, MAGA. He done been married twice. But he manipulates, in my opinion, he has manipulated those children. It's a good idea. But when you see their mother's grave site, y'all, there's no love put into it. And black people that don't even have money, they put flowers and everything. They go visit the grave sites and everything. But wait a minute. Don't judge me. Wait a minute. Look at her grave site. Look at her grave site. That's when she first was on went away to heaven. Okay. Now look at it now. Look at her grave site. You see her headstone? And the thing is, why did they not get a big tombstone and put up? Why that? They spent no money into this woman's grave. This is embarrassing. Who does that to their loved one? See, the children, they listen to their father. They think, my dad knows best. No. This really benefits Melania and Barron, not the other children. Melania Trump is the wife. She's going to benefit off of his first wife. No, that's not good. That's bad. So we're going to listen to something from Midas Touch. I'm going to read it to you, beautiful people. Just a moment, please. Y'all get me to 100. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can send me super chats and super stickers. Also, in my description is my Venmo. So if any of you beautiful people have Venmo, you can send me something through Venmo as well. My PayPal link is in the description. So if you have PayPal, you want to bless me, send me a donation, you can do that too. So I'm about to read something to you from that Midas Touch posted today. And it is from Jose Andres that wrote this. So Mr. Andres says, Mr. President, I understand why you are confused. All of your time in D.C., you haven't eaten once outside the White House. This is a chef that's speaking. Hold on. Give me a moment. So this is a chef that's speaking to Donald Trump because Donald Trump is talking poorly of the restaurants there. So let me continue, and I apologize for stopping. Mr. President, I understand why you are confused. All of your time in D.C., you haven't eaten once outside the White House or your own hotel. I lived here for 33 years, and it's a flat-out lie that half of the restaurants have closed because of safety. But restaurants will close because you have troops with GUNS and federal agents harassing people, making people afraid to go out. Cities and towns in rural areas of America need policies that allow small businesses to thrive and all people, including immigrants, to live and work with dignity. People should not be afraid of their government. I agree. Government should have respect for its people, not terrorize them. That is from Chef Jose Andres, and he wrote this 8/26/2025. Well, Donald Trump has no heart nor dignity, no matter that you poured out to him, Mr. Andres. This man is a monster. The Antichrist doesn't care who he hurts. But we're going to celebrate when he busts hell wide open. Oh, yes, we are. And I pray that you do too. I pray that you do, my fellow brown brother. So we're going to continue. So we're going to listen to something Donald Trump has to say. He just continued to target black people, and it's sickening, y'all. He has this personal vendetta against black people that haven't done anything to them. But what I will say, in my opinion, all the black women he has slept with, he owed them reparations. Donnie, you owe them reparations. They having nightmares because they slept with you, in my opinion. You are a disgrace. I would hate to see you. Oh, my God, the thought. Let me move on. I digress. Uh-oh, sorry, y'all. Let me unmute it. I apologize.
And I talked to a number of mayors today, and Eugene was talking to mayors too. And what the mayors that I spoke to told me, these were mayors who are members of the African American Mayors Association. They said, look at the cities. People keep saying, well, Donald Trump is only targeting Democratic mayors. No, he's only targeting black mayors because Detroit is a majority African American city, but the mayor is white. I don't hear Donald Trump talking about Detroit. Yeah. And they went down the line of the other cities that could be targeted that actually have crime, crime issues. And so the mayors made the point to me that this is not about crime.
Texas has a high crime rate.
Using black leadership as a scapegoat for his authoritarian takeover to be fomented. And some people are going to be okay and go along with that. And we're seeing it here. We saw it in LA, and we are going to see it in Chicago. And I talked to a number of mayors today, and I know Eugene was talking to mayors too. And what the mayors that I spoke to told me, these were mayors who are members of the African American Mayors Association. They said, look at the cities. People keep saying, well, Donald Trump is only targeting Democratic mayors. No, he's only targeting black mayors because Detroit is a majority.
That's a fact. But he's not targeting Texas. The crime rate is high. Yes, high. Why not target Texas, Donnie? Because of Abbott. The one that's allowing him to do damage and had him to redistrict things. But what's going to happen, y'all? It actually blessed a lot of Democrats. That redistricting that they did of gerrymandering, watch out now. Watch out now, because I think I got something for you. Let me find it. Okay, everybody. Take a listen. Come closer. Come on. Come closer. Texas Republicans admit they screwed up big time with gerrymandering maps. So let me read it to you. I'm going to read that to you again, then I'm going to read you the paragraph. Texas Republicans admit they screwed up big time with gerrymandering maps. Just moments after Republicans in Texas successfully managed to gerrymander their state to ensure Republican majority forever, they realized that they had made a huge mistake. It turns out that these geniuses in the GOP did not realize that they were securing 5 seats with the new districts, but also creating a total of 10 new swing districts that could actually see Democrats end up with more power than they have now. See, the thing is, when you plan to destroy somebody else, you set a booby trap for yourself. So that's why God don't want us doing that. He speaks to us about that in the Bible. Donnie, you fucked up. Abbott, you fucked up the preacher's money, baby. The collection plate is short. How you gonna fix it? Because right now, you just opened up a total of 10 new swing districts that could actually see Democrats end up with more power than they have now. What you gonna do, Abbott? You wheelchair thug? What's up? You can't fix it now. It's done. Y'all are being sued by Nicole Collier too. She needs to sue Donald Trump because this lies on his back, on his shoulder. The damage mentally that has been done to Nicole Collier. You effed up, Republicans. And that's why these special elections, Democrats are eating you up. They're taking the seats, baby. You will not win. And what I love about Newsom, he's smart. But he got a little of that street smart in him too, so that benefits, you know. Donnie, all your life of conning. It ain't gonna work, boy. You hear me, boy? It won't work, baby. No. So we're gonna take a listen to Larry Krasner on CNN.
The amendment says he cannot take over the Philadelphia Police Department as he is doing in D.C. D.C. is different. It's not a state. Pennsylvania is a state, and Philadelphia is its biggest city. Our police department is controlled by the mayor. And oh, trust me, this mayor does not work for Donald Trump, and neither do we. So we will stand on this constitutional right that has been there forever. We will stand on the reality that you cannot claim it is an emergency when
hit the like button, please.
Today,
thank you.
has the lowest number of homicides in over 50 years. We may set the record for lowest crime overall in Philadelphia for more than 50 years, and at the same time, we have some of the lowest incarceration. That's not an emergency. Donald Trump is the emergency. Folks, listen. The emergency is Donald Trump. It is not anything else. And if you want your democracy, you better stand up now. The 10th Amendment says he cannot take over the Philadelphia Police Department as he is doing in D.C. D.C. is different. It's not a state. Pennsylvania is a state, and Philadelphia...
I like him. He gonna tell it like it is. This man right here gonna tell it like it is. He said the 10th Amendment says he cannot take over Philadelphia Police Department. There's no legal basis and there's no emergency. We have the lowest rate of homicide in 50 years. The only emergency is Donald Trump. That means he's a problem. When he says the only emergency is Donald Trump is the problem here in America. He's an orange that's rotten, and he's going to rotten all the other fruit. So you got to kick him out. Throw him away in the trash where he belongs. One moment, please. Trump's D.C. takeover Americans $1 million every day. Let me reinforce that. Trump's D.C. takeover is costing Americans $1 million every day. We didn't sign up for that. And MAGA, when you put your vote out there in the ballot, I'm sure you didn't sign for that. So Trump is militarizing our streets because he's losing legitimacy. Don't stop talking about the Epstein files or wildly unpopular and unconstitutional ICE kidnappings. September the 1st, it says workers over billionaires. September the 6th, we are DC. That's something they're doing in DC. Y'all, this is ridiculous. They took away Medicaid, some of the food stamps, and other benefits to help the American people, and some of the benefits for veterans. My daughter is a military vet, so I understand. Why be so wasteful when you and Elon promise the American people and your MAGA followers that you're getting rid of waste? No, they created waste. That's what Donald Trump does. He pulled the wool over his constituents and his friends and his followers, maggots' eyes, and lied to them, and they drink it like they drinking Jim Jones red Kool-Aid. You need Jesus, baby. You need Jesus, MAGA. You need him real bad. And I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you. That's all I can do.
The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is check my phone to see if he's still here. I'm waiting on the big, beautiful breaking news from that white boy Aaron to tell me
Corners.
he's no longer with us. You know how bad of a person you got to be when people is waiting on you to pass away. At some point in time, those 500,000 Big Macs, all that salt on them fries, is liable to catch up with you. But I am literally waking up every day. The first thing I
That's
do
me.
To see did it happen overnight. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy. But every day is a day closer, y'all. Every day is a day closer. So
It is every day. I told y'all, and I'm honest with y'all. I'm checking to see if he gone. I'm checking to see if the Lord has swept him up and took him on through purgatory down to hell. Those pearly gates of hell is waiting on Donald Trump. And he's not going to have his soul lost in purgatory because he's such a bad person. God is not confused about where he's sending Donald Trump, MAGA. He won't go to heaven. He's not going. He won't even get to stay in purgatory to play around a little bit like a lost soul. No, he's going to hell. One moment. Just a moment. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm tired of MAGA drinking the Jim Jones Kool-Aid. You got to stop. We want better for you, MAGA. We don't want to see you go through those pearly gates of hell because they're not going to be pearly. They're going to be flaming, baby. I want you to understand. They're going to be flaming. So let me give y'all a little depiction of what's going to happen between you and Trump. He's giving you the red Kool-Aid. You don't have to drink it. You're smarter than that, MAGA. You didn't come this far to be left behind and drink that red Kool-Aid that Donald Trump is giving you. You didn't come this far. This is considered somewhat AI, so I'm showing y'all something that's AI and a depiction of what is going on between these two characters. They are comparing the two characters, Donald Trump and Jim Jones. Uh-oh, it's on mute. Hold on.
Hey kids, let's talk about cult leaders. This is Jim Jones. He grew up with an absent, distant mother and an overbearing, racist father. This is Donald Trump. He grew up with an absent, distant mother and an overbearing, racist father. This is Jim Jones. Deprived of parental love, he became a malignant narcissist, obsessed with attention and validation. This is Donald Trump. Deprived of parental love, he became a malignant narcissist, obsessed with attention and validation. Both men held massive rallies where they were the center of attention. Both men are violently domineering, using fear and anger to control underlings, creating in them a cult of personality. Both men demand total loyalty. Law, morality, family, ethics, love, all come second to the rule of the leader. Both men pretended to be outsiders, taking on a corrupt system, claiming again and again that they are the only person who can save you. Both men attacked the media as biased if they weren't praised. Both men cut their followers off from outside voices, creating an echo chamber that only ever praised them. Both men favor emotional impact over the truth, repeating proven falsehoods in favor of rhetorical showmanship. To both men, the truth didn't matter so long as it felt true. Both men have zero tolerance for dissent and force loyalty tests on their followers and claim anyone who leaves is a traitor. Both men depict themselves as religious saviors, divinely selected by or even being God. Jones outright claiming to be God, and Trump calling himself the chosen one and said he should be the Pope. Both men controlled their followers, siphoning off their finances and exploiting them sexually. Jones forced himself on his followers constantly, and Donald Trump has repeatedly claimed that the women he abuses find it sexy. This is Jim Jones. When he reached the end of his rope, he forced his followers to commit suicide. This is Donald Trump, and we all know where this is heading. Hey kids, let's talk about cult leaders.
That is the perfect depiction of what is happening to MAGA. Wake up, babies. Come on. Wake up. I don't care how much you type him in my thing. I don't care how much you type Trump 2028. If you want to continue being dumb and under the spell and continue being in a cult, you're not bright. You low IQ like Donald Trump. You got bad genes like Donald Trump. It's that simple, babe. It is what it is. You're not bright. You less than zero. You are least intelligent. You have an IQ of 0 if you keep falling up behind the orange man. It is what it is, MAGA. You're a lost cause. You decide to continue drinking that Kool-Aid and destroying your life, not taking on responsibility of helping this country.
I am pissed, and I'm pissed at you because I have
Another town hall
you
meeting
because it's easier for
of
me
Republican representative
than to try to talk on the phone without profanity. I would appreciate you taking your father's U.S. Constitution book, read it, study it, make your own lines underneath it, and get Trump out of office. The man is a dictator. He knows nothing about what he talks about. I listened to him for about a half hour today, and I got sick at all the lies he brought up. Now, I'm about ready to lose my farm. Do you know why? I'm sure you don't know why.
Lose your what, sir?
Farm.
Farm?
Yeah.
Why is that, sir?
Because Missouri does not have wills. They have trust. They have legal zigzags. And a trust most people don't know anything about. So I'm dealing with a state that's a crooked state. You want to straighten out the budget? Start taxing corporations and the wealthy, like we've been telling you. Do you think we're idiots? Do you think we don't pay taxes? Do you think that we don't have to make budgets? You talk about half-truths when I listen to you. You know nothing about taking care of children because you've always had a really good-paying job. You know nothing about what a working-class citizen does. Come down here. Come down here and start trying to pay your medical insurance. Come down here and walk into Costco to try to feed your family, to feed your kid that's moved out, to feed your great-grandchildren. I had a very good job in California, and I'm able to feed my family, and it goes all the way to great-grandchildren. You're not helping me. Believe me, you're not helping me. You need to take your head out of Trump's ass and start doing your representation of us. I am pissed, and I'm pissed at you.
He's been saying what I've been saying. Take your head out of Trump's depends, baby. Take your head out of there, MAGA. Come on. Stop drinking that urine for your high. Stop it. Stop sniffing his depends. That diaper smells horrible. People that worked in his cabinet said he's funky. Take your head out of that depends. Come on. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, baby. Stop it. You can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make them drink it. We be trying. We be trying. Yeah. So, poop just floods out of Trump's rotten mouth. You want to hear what I'm talking about? Ain't number poop coming out of them.
The Justice Department is also sending some of the Epstein files over to the House Oversight Committee today. Are you in support of them releasing all of them? If they wanted to release,
people shouldn't be hurt, but I'm in support of keeping it totally open. I couldn't care less. You got a lot of people that it could be mentioned in those files that don't deserve to be. People, because he
talking about himself.
I don't know anything about that, but I have said to him and everybody else, give them everything you can give them. Because
but they
it's
didn't.
a Democrat hoax. It's just a hoax. The whole
if it's a hoax, then how is it files?
So we had
thousands of
6 months,
pages.
7 months of the history of the presidency, and the Democrats don't know what to do, so they keep
He
bringing
looked like death.
But it affected them. Bill Clinton was on his plane and went to the island supposedly.
Why nobody asked about Bill Clinton?
Frankly.
They're asking about you, Donnie.
Larry, whatever his name is, Summers, the head of Harvard, who was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend.
See what I mean? He
Nobody ever
deflects,
talks about that.
project.
But I don't want to hurt Larry Summers.
But you brought him into it. Larry Summers have not said anything about Donald Trump, but he has a problem with Harvard. Why? He has a problem with Harvard because President Joe Biden, President Barack Obama graduated from Harvard Law School. If you don't have a problem with Larry at Harvard, why did you bring him into the Epstein files? Nobody even thought about him. Nobody said anything about Larry. But Trump, he deflects, project, because he's grimy and he's slimy. He's a Paul S-H-I-T. Let's listen to this win. Hold on. We got some wins, y'all. Hold on.
We have breaking news out of Iowa where Iowa Democrat Catalin Dre just flipped a seat in the Iowa Senate from red to blue, breaking the Republican supermajority in the state Senate. This is an Iowa special election that was just called minutes ago. This is the special election for State Senate District Iowa 1. And previously, Republicans in the Iowa Senate had a supermajority in the legislature in the Iowa Senate. Well, this win, Catalin Dre flips a red seat from red to blue, breaks the supermajority, and wins now by about 8 or 9 points, but the final votes are still being tallied, so we'll see what happens in the next several hours. But make no mistake, Catalin Dre will be the new state senator from Iowa. This is a significant loss for Republicans. It's a significant win for Democrats and continues the trend of Democrats overperforming in special elections across the country. Spread the word. Subscribe to my Substack at the link in my bio to support my work and follow along for all the news.
Subscribe to the great Aaron Pointers. We got to win, and the Dems got to win. And who got an L? Y'all got an L. Y'all got an L. The Republicans are going down bad, y'all. Real bad. I mean, real bad. We can't help you because we got to take our country back to benefit everybody. Everyone. It got to benefit the Republicans and the Democrats. All of us. Even the independents. We got to win, baby. We got several wins yesterday because God is good all the time. Yeah, all the time. My God is awesome. Yes, he is. So Fat Boy wants to know what's wrong with his health. Look at what you eat. That's why you're obese. Hold on. Let me show you Fat Boy. Hold on. That's why he's obese. And he wears a diaper and alleged that he wears a girdle too. So when he wears that girdle, it sucks that all in. I can't do it, God. Then he puts on a nice big oversized suit jacket, and it hides all that blubber around his waistline. Because, you know, Donnie is made like an old grandmother. Yeah. Lay off the Burger King and the McDonald's, Donnie. Eat a real meal with some turnip greens, collard greens, spinach, kale. Eat healthy. I don't eat steak, but if you're going to eat a steak, make sure you get a side of spinach and mashed potatoes. You got to eat healthy. I'm old positive, but I do not eat red meat. No, I want to live a long time, and I don't want to age. Donnie, you got to give up the red meat, baby. Eat some fish. Get some salmon, baby. Yeah. Wild caught salmon. It's good for you. And if you want to still eat a steak every now and then, eat a red meat or burger's not good for you, but eat one once a month. You gotta, when you start getting old, even if you're young, it don't matter, because you can clunk out even at 25. You cannot continue to eat a whole bunch of bad food. You can't. It's not good. He chose to be obese. Donnie, he had aerobics and gyms in his spa. He didn't visit them very often, apparently. So let's listen to this. This one is for you, MAGA. I'm always going to give you a treat, baby. A good old doggy treat. Uh-oh, it's on mute. Hold on. One moment. Something wrong with the video. What's up with the video? Well, anyway, I'm going to just read this what's showing. It says, nearly 50 arrested in record-breaking undercover child predator operation. It says, recent news reports indicate that Florida law enforcement agencies and multiple agencies' effort conducted a large-scale operation to target child predators and human traffickers. Here's a summary. It's a number of arrests. A recent operation in Marion County, Florida, named, Operation Seek and Ye Shall Find, resulted in arrest of 48 men. MAGA men. Other recent busts have had higher numbers, with one in Polk County resulting in 255 arrests in May 2025. Both counties have favored Trump in 2024 election. I told you, MAGA. Method of investigation: law enforcement, including the Marion County Sheriff's Office, conducted a 6-day undercover sting operation. Undercover detectives posed as minors on various online chats and gaming platforms, including Snapchat, to identify and communicate with individuals attempting to solicit X from children. Charges: the individuals arrested face a variety of charges, including human trafficking, using a computer to solicit a child, and traveling to meet a minor for illegal sexual conduct. Victims: while the focus of these particular sting operations was on arresting potential predators before they could harm minors, other recent busts in the state have resulted in the rescue of numerous children. For instance, a separate operation in Central Florida resulted in the rescue of 60 missing children and the arrest of 8 individuals on charges of human trafficking and child endangerment. Official statements: officials, including Florida Attorney General James Altmaier and Marion County Sheriff Bill Woods, have held press conferences to announce the results of the operations, emphasizing their commitment to protecting children and prosecuting those who exploit them. These people voted for Donald Trump. It don't surprise me. Y'all, come on, what do we expect? Donnie is being accused of the same thing. Fix it, Jesus, because MAGA is sick, just like that leader. They keep drinking that Jim Jones Kool-Aid. I tried to warn them, Lord. I tried. Your daughter tried to warn them. Yeah. So Ghislaine Maxwell has set a trap for Trump and his cabinet, in my opinion. She used the same word Trump used, creep. Just take a listen and subscribe to Midas Touch Network. Hold on.
Donald Trump's entire cabinet has been implicated by Ghislaine Maxwell for having connections with Jeffrey Epstein, whether she implicated them accidentally or whether it was on purpose, and yet another warning shot to Donald Trump to try to secure a pardon. It is obvious that she implicated Donald Trump's entire cabinet. Now, over the weekend, I was reading the interview transcript between Donald Trump's number 2 at the Department of Justice, Todd Blanche, who used to be Donald Trump's former criminal defense attorney, during his interview with Ghislaine Maxwell about a month ago or so in Tallahassee. Thereafter, she was moved from the Tallahassee Maximum Security Facility, where she was serving 20 plus years for being a convicted sex trafficker, and they moved her to the Minimum Security Facility at Camp Bryan, Texas, following that interview with Todd Blanche, Donald Trump's number 2 at the DOJ. But I was just reading it again because I felt like I was missing something. Then I came upon page 318, 319, and 320. And I said, this is the biggest bombshell that no one's reporting on. This is where Ghislaine implicates Donald Trump's entire cabinet. And then on page 320, after she implicates the entire cabinet on pages 318 and 319, Todd Blanche takes an immediate break, says we need to go on a break, then comes back and just starts talking about Bill Clinton. Let me show you what went down here, and then I want to talk to you about some other major developments, like the big press conference taking place on September 3rd with the Epstein victims that we here at the Midas Touch Network will be streaming. It features Democratic Congressmember Ro Khanna, Republican Congressmember Thomas Massie, and a number of the Epstein victims, and I believe they will be calling for the full release of the Epstein files and sharing their stories, which is so important right now. So you go to page 318 and 319, and here's what Ghislaine Maxwell says. She goes, but to suggest that Larry Summers or Clinton would certainly go, oh my gosh, this is like a guy, referring to Epstein, I'm going to get my body rubbed and have some sex. They're men that went and had a massage and maybe did something sexual. They're men. I wasn't in the room. I can tell you it happened. And if it did or not, I never paid for that. Just so that we're clear, nobody ever said to me, oh, you know, we had sexual intercourse and that was a 3. I'd be like, okay, too much information. No, not my business. You want to, it's just not, and I didn't want to know. Maybe there's
hit the like button, please. Come on, people. Give me those likes.
Guys were coming for
Get
that?
me to 100 likes.
Really
Come on.
Don't. If you met Epstein, there is no way that this cast of characters, of which it's extraordinary, and some are in your cabinet who you value as your coworkers and you know would be with him if he was a creep or because they wanted sexual favors. A man wants sexual favors, he will find that. They didn't have to come to Epstein.
Hit the like button, beautiful
now, did
people.
Some? Okay, I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't.
Hello, King Ralph Perry. How you doing, baby?
Rewind for a second. If you met Epstein, there is
Hit
no
the
way
like
that
button.
this cast of characters, of which it's extraordinary, and some are in your cabinet, the Trump cabinet, referring to Todd Blanche, they're in your cabinet now. Who else are we talking about? Are we talking about RFK? who else are the individuals in this cabinet? So then Todd Blanche kind of changes topics right away. So when was the last time you think you were with Mr. Epstein when he got a massage? And she
Thank
goes,
you, King
I want
John
to say
Applegate.
2007, and the frequency at that point. So in 2007, is that when it's at its peak, would you say?
I need
Meaning
3
the
more
number of
likes, beautiful
interactions
people.
he was having daily with women masseuses. And then Ghislaine says, I really wasn't in his life. I happened to be in the Caribbean in 2007. I was with Ted. Okay. And I was still speaking with Epstein because I was still involved
Hello,
in his,
keep skating.
loosely with the houses and the staff and some of the billing. And he and I were going back from being with Ted in the Caribbean to New York, and Epstein offered me a ride. So Ted dropped me off in St. Thomas, and I was on the island, I believe, for 1 day and 1 night only. On that visit, I believe, well, I know he would have gotten a massage, but I
need
were
more
people
likes,
there,
everybody. Thank you.
that were women, and I was, okay,
Thank you.
just relieved not to. Todd Blanche, okay, Ghislaine, be leaving the next day. And then Todd Blanche goes, can we all take a break right now? Let's take a break. And then the reporter goes, the core reporter, all right, we're going to take a break. Everybody takes a break. And then they leave. He or she is on audio saying it. I went back and had our team pull the audio where she mentions Trump's cabinet. Let's play this clip right here.
But
I
think these guys were coming for that. I really don't. If you met Epstein, there is no way past the characters, of which it's extraordinary. Some who are in your cabinet, who you value.
You heard it said some in your cabinet.
Would be with him if he was.
That's the Republican cabinet.
Because they wanted sexual favors. A man wants sexual favors, he will find that. They didn't have to come to Epstein for that.
And folks, this happens on the heels of another major development. The Democrats maneuver the MAGA Republicans again and get another subpoena issued. A subpoena to the Epstein estate, specifically to get information on the book, the Epstein birthday book from his 50th birthday that the Wall Street Journal reported. Donald Trump wrote that letter to Epstein. And Donald Trump then sued.
Yes. Queen Summer Lee had it subpoenaed. And what does the MAGA Republican Party do? They sent over some bootleg files that we all have seen. So now they had to subpoena to get more than just that. And they're going to get it. She just implicated Trump's whole entire MAGA Republican Party. She said the cabinet you're part of. Now, what kind of lie you going to make up now, Donnie? Jasleen, the one you just made part, is kicking you under the bus real hard. She kicking you in that fat, wide grandma booty you got. Y'all, this has been something. It has really been something. I'm going to show y'all this right quick, and I got to get out of here because I got to go eat. One moment, beautiful people. Just a moment.
Using a fake doctor in order to try to make it look like Donald Trump's health is of no concern. And that, to me, is the clearest sign
this is
that
horrible.
There's something seriously wrong with the President of the United States. And
there's something wrong with Trump in his cabinet.
That Donald Trump had a clear cognitive problem that there's no other way to describe what's happening, that he's losing his mind.
Subscribe to Keith Edwards on YouTube.
Everybody standing there knows. We know. You don't have to be doing any studies. They should be saying, please come in. Pritzker should be saying that. You know, I did a favor for Christy Whitmer.
That's not her name. He's senile.
Christy Whitmer. He clearly was trying. He knew who he wanted to say, but the words didn't match what was in his head. And even when he tried fixing it, he couldn't.
He doesn't need to be in the Oval Office. He's too old.
We all mess up when we speak. I do that all the time on this channel. The difference is we're not 79 years old. We're not showing up with bruises on our hands we're not having a hard time walking. This just came out. This is Midas Touch that showed us this. Donald Trump has been constantly dragging his leg. As you see here, it's as if there's been some sort of traumatic event, and this is the byproduct of it. We don't know what happened. And we are probably never going to know what happened because Donald Trump calls himself the most transparent president in American history. But let's be honest.
And he swears he's healthy. He's not.
Show us anything about this. And now they're trying to push this fake doctor in order to say that Donald Trump is healthier than ever. Let me introduce you to Ronnie Jackson, who the Trump administration is now trying to say is able to adequately diagnose the president of the United States. One problem is Trump's doctor, Ronnie Jackson, let his medical license expire in 2020.
Then he's not a doctor
still
anymore.
Treating Trump. Anyways, now this is
he's not a doctor
during
anymore,
the assassination
apparently.
when Donald Trump had this ear, apparently like the fastest healing ear in American history.
Donald Trump is such a kind man. Lord.
You might remember that he had that insane bandage that was not necessary.
And there wasn't anything wrong with his
now,
ear.
as you can see here,
not a thing wrong with it.
Medical license expire in July 2024. A little bit more about Ronnie Jackson, who is just a really great character. He was demoted. He was a Navy vet, and he was demoted after a probe looked into his inappropriate behavior. Jackson is
Trump
no
knows how to
longer
pick
a
'em.
retired admiral. The Navy demoted him in July 2022 following a damaging Pentagon Inspector General's report that substantiated allegations about his inappropriate behavior I'm going to tell you about in just a second. As a White House physician, a previously unreported decision confirmed by a current defense official and a former U.S. official who spoke on the condition of anonymity to discuss a sensitive personnel move. Despite the demotion, Jackson has continued to refer to himself as a retired rear admiral, but he's not. He's not, and the Navy has reclassified him as a retired captain. But Donald Trump and other Republicans have continued to describe him with his former rank. And the outcome of that is that there's more than $15,000
This
of
doesn't
difference
surprise
in annual
me
pension payouts for a retired
at all.
one-star admiral versus the rank that Ronnie Jackson now has. The reason why this happened, I was actually really shocked to hear this. Shocked? I don't know. Surprised? I don't know. Disturbed.
We're not surprised.
A
We're
Navy official
disturbed.
confirmed that the service took unspecified action against Jackson in the wake of the 2021 Inspector General.
We don't even have to listen to no more, y'all. That man is not a doctor. His license has expired. Like here, the state of Georgia, I'm in the cosmetology field as well. My license, I had to renew it before the 31st. I renewed my license, and I got an email for my license to print it, or I can have a special kind mailed to me. Everybody have to go through state board. Nurses, businesses, everybody. The beauty industry, you got to go through state board because mine was going to expire on the 31st. So I renewed it this week. That man did not renew his license. And it's not that simple. Sometimes they'll make you take a test all over. In the state of Georgia, you got to sit and go to state board and take the test all over. You got to do the written and you got to do the manual to prove that you know what you're doing. And I've gotten older. So I ain't going to want to sit there and do that all over because I've been doing this 20-some years. I'm old now. I refuse to let my license expire. You could do the continue ed, renew your license. He let his license expire. But see, he's a man of privilege. He's older too. They may not make him take the test all over, but they normally would do that. So Donald Trump has a man saying he's a doctor and doesn't have an active license. We're being kind to America in so many ways. It's sad, but it's true. America is being kind. Y'all, I got to get out of here. I'm hungry. I love y'all. Be good. Be of good cheer. Spread love, not hate. Pray for the families in Minnesota. Pray for everybody. Pray for great health. Pray for wealth, prosperity, and know that God loves you and I love you. Before you leave out of here, hit that like button. I need those likes to stay in the algorithm. I love you guys. May God continue to bless you. Let's take our country back. I love you. Goodbye.